The Belize Bureau of Standards, in collaboration with the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, CROSQ, with the support from the German Meteorology Institute, PTB, hosted a workshop today on promoting dialogue between the national quality infrastructure and the agriculture sector in Belize. The initiative is to build awareness and understanding of the significance of quality infrastructure and its role to enhance the quality of products and services. Jose Alpuche is the CEO for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Agriculture.
We have to produce quality goods, not only for the export market, but quite frankly for the domestic market, because our production has to compete with imported products. It's absolutely necessary that we produce the quality that the consumer demands. It's as basic as that. It's, however, quite an expensive process to put quality, what is called the quality infrastructure in place, in terms of the regulatory requirements, but also two investments required at the enterprise level to ensure that it occurs. Today we're supposed to look at the issue and come up with some priority areas for action. A number of food safety issues, the issue of standards in most of the industries, to be able to place products on the domestic market and the export market that the consumer will have confidence that they can buy and that it meets the quality requirements.
Derek Omar, CEO for the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, says that the vision of CROSQ is to assist in producing a framework of action for the agriculture sector.
We assemble the various stakeholders in the agricultural industry, from public sector, private sector, and then we sit down and we discuss in a very structured and facilitated manner, how does quality impact every single stage of your value chain, from planting, from reaping, from packaging, from agricultural processing, straight down to adding value and then going to the consumer. And we discuss the role of standards, measurement, product certification regimes, testing in each one of those stages. And then we try to highlight what are the gaps of quality that are missing in each of those areas and come up with some ideas of how we could close those gaps. So we help to facilitate that kind of intervention with the public and the private sectors, and we help to produce a framework for action with the Bureau of Standards. It is expected after that the Bureau takes this priority list of actions in each of these areas and then works with certain key stakeholders like BAHA here and your Trade and Investment Committee to see how they can start implementing some of these actions.
A plan of action to improve the standards of quality in produce and services comes in the form of a new meteorology laboratory, says Chief Executive Officer for the Ministry of Trade, Michael Singh.
It's a new facility that's being built in Belmopan at a cost of about $2.3 million, and it's really going to be a support laboratory for us to be able to actually do measurements and calibrations and tests on products in Belize to be able to certify them that they meet the standards that are recorded in our legislation. Well, it's the government of Belize that's doing it. There's some funding that came through the European Union, and we've had support from CROSQ, which is here today, on some of the technical aspects of it. But essentially, it's a government of Belize initiative. You can't set a standard if you can't verify a standard. So essentially, the lab is going to be established where if there's a product that's being produced in Belize and we want to prove that the quantity within the bottle or the container is what it is, the only way to do that is to take it to a lab that will certify that it is what we say it is, or that the contents is what we say the contents are. That's the only way you can certify quality.
The goal of today's workshop was to assess the needs of the agriculture sector within the framework of the national quality infrastructure.